Well, hello, and welcome to this episode of, you know it, Learn Everyday English, your roadway to English proficiency. I'm going to be talking about what I think are very common and useful English expressions or phrases, and I didn't get these out of a book. What I do a lot of times when I'm going about my day-to-day activities, I might hear something or think of something or say something, and I say to myself, hey, that would be a good word or phrase that I could tell my listeners on Learn Everyday English about. They'd probably want to know. And these, I think, are very common and popular expressions that you might hear on radio or TV and that type of thing. And so I think there's 10 phrases that I'm going to go over. I'm going to give you a definition and use the phrase in 2 sentences. But before I do that, there's 3 things you can do for me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and 3, tell your friends about it so that they can benefit from these videos too, just like you. All right, without further ado, without waiting any longer, I'm going to just jump right in and get going. So the first expression is to be sitting pretty, to be sitting pretty. That doesn't mean like you look pretty or a woman looks pretty. It means to be in a good or advantageous situation or position. To be in a good or advantageous situation or position. Basically, to be in a good position. So here's a first example sentence. They bought their house for $150,000 30 years ago, and now it is worth $1 million. They are sitting pretty now. They bought their house for $150,000, 30 years ago, and now it is worth $1 million. They are sitting pretty now, like they're in really good shape. We say in English, they're in good shape. Here's a second example sentence. John is director of a Fortune 500 company. He's going to be sitting pretty when he retires in several years. John is director of a Fortune 500 company. He's going to be sitting pretty when he retires in several years. That means he's going to have a nice pension. He's going to have a lot of money when he retires. So he's going to be sitting pretty. The second phrase is to have the gift of gab, to have the gift of gab. And it's a twofer. We say a twofer. I'm going to give you 2 for 1. So the other expression is to talk your ear off, to talk your ear off. And I put these together because they kind of really mean the same thing. And they mean to talk a lot, to talk a lot. So here's the first sentence. I've never met anyone like Mary before. She can sure talk your ear off. I've never met anyone like Mary before. She can sure talk your ear off. Like somebody talks so much, your ear just falls off the side of your head, side of your face. Here's a second example sentence. Wow, John sure has the gift of gab. I tried to leave, but he just wouldn't stop talking. Wow, John sure has the gift of gab. Sometimes we do this, the gift of gab. I tried to leave, but he just wouldn't stop talking. He just wouldn't stop talking. So that's to have the gift of gab or to talk your ear off. Here's the third phrase is to pig out. To pig out. Like pig is like the animal pig. To pig out means to eat a lot. To eat a lot. And here's the first example sentence. What do you like to do on weekends? This is a question. I like to go to the Chinese buffet and pig out on egg rolls. Hey, what do you like to do on weekends? Well, I like to go to the Chinese buffet and pig out on egg rolls. pig out on egg rolls. So we pig out on, like food, pig out on egg rolls. Or maybe you pig out on barbecue, or you pig out on tacos, or you pig out on pizza. Here's a second example sentence. I'm gonna, so remember going to, we say gonna. I'm gonna pig out on grandma's apple pie this Thanksgiving. I'm gonna pig out on grandma's apple pie this Thanksgiving. I'm just gonna eat a lot of it, eat a lot of it. The next phrase is a boondoggle, a boondoggle. It's kind of a funny word, isn't it? A boondoggle is a project that is considered a waste of both time and money. And we can all say in our countries where we live or cities, they're probably boondoggles, right? Projects that cities or governments have initiated that have been a waste of time and money. Here's the first example sentence. The government spent millions of dollars renovating that building, and it still has a lot of problems to be resolved. That was such a boondoggle. The government spent millions of dollars renovating that building, and it still has a lot of problems to be resolved. That was such a boondoggle. The second example sentence is this. The city built a new airport on environmentally sensitive land, and it looks like they may not be able to open it after spending all that money. It's just a huge boondoggle. The city built a new airport on environmentally sensitive land, and it looks like they may not be able to open it after spending all that money. It's just a huge boondoggle. The next phrase is to suck at something, to suck at something. And to suck can mean like if you use a straw, like you want to drink a drink and you have a straw, that's to suck. Or maybe you can suck like on a piece of candy. That's the action of sucking. But to suck at something is something different. It means to not be good at something, to not be good at something. Excuse, I think the oven is going off, but it's making a beeping sound. So here's an example sentence. Do you like math? Somebody could ask somebody, and he says, no, I suck at math. So again, do you like math? No, I suck at math. I'm not good at math. I'm not good at all. Here's a second sentence. Hey, don't let John fix your car. Although he says he is a good mechanic, he sucks at repairing vehicles. He's not good at it. So don't let John fix your car. Although he says he is a good mechanic, he sucks at repairing vehicles. Okay, the next example phrase is this. It means that sucks. Hey, that sucks. And that means something is displeasing, unpleasant, or undesirable. So it means something that is displeasing, unpleasant, or undesirable. For example, wow, your wife left you for your best friend? Hey, that sucks. That sucks. That's terrible. Again, wow, your wife left you for your best friend? That sucks. Or here's another example. It really sucks that you have to work on your birthday. It really sucks that you have to work on your birthday. Like it's really unpleasant. It's really a bad thing. It's a sad thing that you have to work on your birthday. The next phrase has the word suck in it as well. It says, you need to suck it up. You need to suck it up. And that means you need to accept an unpleasant fact or situation. You just need to accept it. Hey, there's no other way. There's no other option. Ni modo, they say in Spanish. No hay de otra. See? So here's the first example sentence. I know you just got laid off from your job, but you can't feel sorry for yourself. You need to suck it up and go out and find another job. You have a family to take care of. Again, hey, I know you just got laid off, but you can't feel sorry for yourself. Hey, you need to suck it up. You need to accept it and go out and find another job. because you have a family to take care of. Or another example sentence. Say you're running in a race, a marathon. You only have 2 miles left to finish this marathon. Just suck it up and keep going. You only have 2 miles left to finish this marathon. Hey, just suck it up and keep going. Accept it and do what you need to do. The next phrase means to spit it out, to spit it out. And to spit can mean like, is to spit, but this doesn't mean that. To spit it out means to urge or encourage someone to say or confess something very quickly. So it means to urge somebody or encourage somebody to say or confess something quickly, like to tell you something. So here's an example sentence. It seems like you have something to tell me. Just go ahead and spit it out. It seems like you have something to tell me, right? Just go ahead and spit it out. Like stop, taking so long to tell me. Just go ahead and tell me right away. Spit it out. Or here's another example sentence. You've been here for 15 minutes trying to tell me what happened, but I still haven't gotten a good answer. Stop beating around the bush and just spit it out. So to beat around the bush is another phrase we use in English. It means like somebody is not direct. They're telling you something, but they're not really telling you what actually happened. They're telling you, hey, this happened, and they're going around, we say going around the issue and not being direct, telling you exactly what it is. So we say that's beating around the bush. So here's a second sentence again. You've been here for 15 minutes trying to tell me what happened, but I still haven't gotten a good answer. And maybe you have this from your kids. You try to, hey, what happened? And they tell, well, I need it, but I don't. And you say, hey, stop it. Stop beating around the bush. Just spit it out. So stop beating around the bush and just spit it out. The next phrase is to hit the grind. To hit the grind. And that means to go to work. To go to work. A grind is like, sometimes we say is something that's difficult or you may not like to do. So that's a grind. So here's a first example sentence. Well, all good things must come to an end. That's an expression we have in English. Well, all good things must come to an end. I have to hit the grind tomorrow. I have to hit the grind tomorrow. That means I have to go to work. I have to go to work. We use the word hit. So the second sentence is this. Hey, don't stay up too late. Remember, you have to hit the grind early in the morning. Hey, don't stay up too late. Remember, you have to hit the grind or go to work early in the morning. And the last phrase is this, to be living large. To be living large means to live like a wealthy and successful person, like you have a lot of money and success. And maybe you do have a lot of money and success, but maybe you don't, but you're living like you do. You're kind of pretending like you do, maybe to impress people. So here's a first example sentence. John is a doctor and his wife is a lawyer, and they just bought a big 5-bedroom house with a swimming pool. They sure are living large. John is a doctor and his wife is a lawyer. They just bought a big 5-bedroom house with a swimming pool. They sure are living large, living large. But here's another example sentence. John spends all of his money on clothes and fancy cars. He is living large now, but is not saving a dime for a rainy day. And we say to save for a rainy day means to have savings or money, say we set aside or put aside in case there are emergencies or life changes and we find ourselves in a bad situation. At least we have some money that we can use to help us out in a bad situation. Or say if you lose your job, you want to have some savings, or sometimes we say a nest egg, which means savings, money that you have saved and put aside. So again, the second sentence is John spends all of his money on clothes and fancy cars. Excuse me. He's living large now, but is not saving a dime. Like he's not saving any money for a rainy day. So those are the very common and popular English expressions that you'll hear here, especially in the United States. Have you heard any of those before, or what did you think? Did you find that interesting? Did you learn something new? Hey, let me know in the comments below. Well, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Going to keep it a little short. We say short but sweet. That means it's short, but it includes everything that needs to be included and everything that I wanted to include. So it's short but sweet. So again, there's 3 things hey, you can do for me, and I'd appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends about it. All right, well, that'll do it for now. That'll do it for now, or that'll be all for now. That'll be all for now. And again, I hope you like the video, and keep watching, and have a good day, week, wherever you are in this world. Thanks for watching this episode of Learn Everyday English, and we'll see you later. Ciao.